Okay, it's 10:30. If everyone could take your seat, we're ready to start. And good morning to all of you here and all of you out there, wherever else you are in Cyberland. My name is John Lehman, and I'm one of the board members here for CSL Visalia. And again, I want to welcome all of you. I don't see anybody new. If we have somebody new, we have some welcome packets here for them. Oh, okay. All right, well, we do have a new person. We'll make sure we get that person a welcome packet. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Reverend Nan for morning prayer. So, as they say in show business, let's get this shoe on the road.
Good morning, everybody. My goodness, it is so good to be back with you today. I missed all of you, and I'm really happy to be here. So I'm just going to start with our opening prayer, and I just want to bless this time together. So if you'll join me in just a moment of peace and inner quiet, taking a soft focus on something in the room around you or closing your eyes if that's comfortable to you. I just invite us to be in the presence of the divine, to be in that infinite loving spirit, that which we may call many, many things. I know that this service today is a blessed time. It's a divine appointment in the mind of that one infinite love that's happening right here, right now. It's happening in Visalia in the sanctuary. It's happening out through all of our live stream to wherever people may be hearing this beyond the sound of my voice. I know that this is a time that is enriched, that it lifts us up, that it is a blessing to each of us, to our community, and to the world around us. And I know that as we come together in peace, joy, and harmony, I give thanks, great good thanks for the ability, the freedom, and the joy of being able to meet and speak our words of teaching, philosophy, faith, and the way that we live in the religious science movement that we call Science of Mind. And for this and so much more, I bless this time and everyone here, our band, all of the attendees, everyone who makes our AV work. And I just give thanks and I release this word and let it be in the law of mind that always says yes. Yes, my beloveds, yes. And now we get to hear some special music from our band. They're going to do a wonderful opening piece of music called Joy in My Day by Denise Rosier. I think you're going to love it. Take it away, guys.
In the words I say, peace in the world I make, God in every breath I take, joy in my day. In the world we make, God in every breath we take, joy in our day. in the world I'm in. God, in every breath I take, joy in my day, joy in my day. That was gorgeous. Thank you, Hope and Van. Beautiful. You know, sometimes we start really loud and sometimes we start really soft, and it's nice to have a difference all the time. So Monica, now we can say hi. She's our new person. She came with Hope today, so we welcome her. And today is birthday Sunday. So who has a birthday in August? Sheila, Maria, Simon, and Reverend Nan. So we have lots of birthdays today, so let's sing happy birthday. Everybody together, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Maria was dancing. We tried to get her, but the camera just doesn't go back that far. So happy birthday, everybody. We have wonderful cake, watermelon, all kinds of food today. So let's go to the announcements. So our baby contest is going strong. Donna Kay brought Italian beef sandwiches, right, today? Okay, and she's going to sell them. And Sima has popsicles for this hot day, so she's going to be selling them. We also have birthday cake, free, and and watermelon. But so what you can do is they'll be giving. We have Gigi here with with Gwen here. One of our contestants is here. But you'll be giving to Bernie for Sima, and for Coco for Donna. So be sure to buy and add to our coffers for that. Next Sunday, then, we have more goodies. So, and these are just people who are donating, even though they don't have somebody in the contest. So Bev is bringing beer rocks. I mentioned beer rocks to people, and they never heard of them. Do you guys know what a beer rock is? Mm-hmm. I think it's it's empanada. So you know what that is? I was so surprised. Beer rocks, I think, are a California thing, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, beer rocks, she's going to make those for next week, and Sue is going to bring some kind of dessert. So and then you can donate then to whichever baby person you want to put money in when you buy those things. So the contest is still going strong. We have till the end of this month to raise more money. And if you want, on the bottom here it says you can help the contestants by donating online. So any of you out there in Webland who can't come in to see these great dogs or eat this great food, you can just go on our website, go to the donate button, scroll down to where it says baby contest, and you can donate to whichever contestant you want. They're all listed on there. So donate often, and oh my gosh, here comes another contestant. Oh my gosh. Gabby and Lynn just walked in, so now we have two of our contestants here today. Let's go to, she's going to make her entrance. Okay. So here's our next exciting event. We're doing lots of things here, and I hope you'll all get into this. The event committee went through a lot of I don't know, venues and ties to make this happen. We wanted to do something for Hot August night. It's turned into a barbecue and sock hop. So it's Saturday, August 19th. We'll start with barbecue. Some of the wee art people who were here for our Juneteenth event, they're going to do the barbecue outside. And then one of their people who has like 10,000 vinyl records, starting from when he was age 4 or something. So he showed me all his 50s records. He's going to be here to spin the records, and we'll have a sock hop. So all you dancers, or even if you just like to move, come in and we'll dance, and it'll be hot, but that's okay. We'll keep the fans going, and it'll be hot August night, and we hope to get a crowd here and make a little fundraiser for us and some fun. Explorers is today, so we're going to be talking about American heretics. We watched this video last time, and last time when I made this quote, people looked at me like in horror, but this is what some of the people say in this video in Oklahoma, because most of the people that talked in this video are from Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, you can be a Democrat or a Christian, not both. So it talks about, the video talked about how they were trying to be true Christians and be inclusive of everybody. So we're going to watch the trailer, 3-minute trailer at the beginning, just to remind us what we saw, and then we're going to discuss it, because it was a fascinating video, and we'll do that at 12:30. It'll be on Zoom, and it'll be in person in our new library conference room. The source is looking for back-to-school clothes. So we have a pile here. I hope if anybody of you remember to bring some. If not, bring clothes, gently used clothes. I went through my closet, washed everything, threw it in the bag, and it helped. It helped my closet, and hopefully it'll help the source. So they really do need I think their event is in a week, but they'll still take things later on. So next Sunday, bring in clothes you don't need. Dwayne told us last time that they need men's boxers. So if you want to go out and buy some men's boxers, you can add those to the list. Okay, here's our exciting new event, our new library. So it started when Bruce wanted to do something wonderful with Sharon's books, now that she's no longer here. He happened to mention it to Donna Kay. Donna Kay, said, let's have a library here, because her books are mostly all about what we're all about. So Bruce brought them in, and then we said, let's bring down Reverend Kathleen's books, because she left a lot of books here. So now we have a room full of wonderful books. Gigi's a little upset here. So right after service, we're going to go into the library conference room, and Bruce is going to play on the clunker piano in there. A little out of tune, but that's all right. He's going to play one of Sharon's favorite songs. Reverend Ann then is going to sort of dedicate the library, and you can have a chance to look at all the wonderful books. And here are some of the books that are in there. So there's lots of Science of Mind, Holmes books. There's Joseph Campbell, other spiritual thinkers. The Four Agreements, a lot of us have read that. This one, interesting, the Inspirational Age. So there's lots of interesting books. I have no idea what they are. Then we have people like, can't we read his name? No, yeah, I think Dalai Lama and Louise Hay and Deepak Chopra. And I don't know about this one, What's Not What I Meant. And then one more there. Then I found this wonderful book that you've probably seen the movie, the inspirational woman who worked in the space program. And then there's some wonderful biographies. So here's one on Hillary Clinton, and there's one on Sonia Sotomayor. And then we found Clancy's book of inspirational sayings. A lot of you probably have that book. Reverend Clancy, when she was here, she wrote that book, A Saying for Every Day. Medicine Man is Doug Hurt's CD, so there's some CDs in there. And then we found Marjorie Brandon's poetry book. Now, when we did the bio on her, I remembered that she had written a number of poems, and here's one of her books that turned up in there. So you'll want to go through there. It's a wonderful space. It's cool in there, and you'll want to just check it out and see what books are. Take them, enjoy them, bring them back, and if they sort of go off in the cyberspace, that's okay. Maybe someone else will join them too. So we'll do that right after service, just before the food, and then we'll enjoy. So now I'll turn it back over to Reverend Nan.
Oh, Donna, what great announcements you had today. Thank you so much. We do really have a lot of good stuff happening this summer. And I must add that today it does look a little bit like CSL Visalia is going to the dogs though. So keep on making those donations for the contest and we're having a good time with that. And now it's time for our weekly inclusivity quote from our team member, Bobby Levine. You know, the inclusivity and diversity team meets on Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock Pacific time. The link to it is on the website and you're welcome to join us. We talk about very important things currently about diversity and inclusivity issues, things that are going on in the world that are preventing people from living in freedom. So the quote today is from, excuse me, Mary Oliver. And it says, I want to think again of dangerous and noble things. I want to be light and frolicsome. I want to be improbable, beautiful, and afraid of nothing, as though I had wings. Now, isn't that just such a beautiful thought? And it's so full of the freedom we speak of in our philosophy that everyone is sure to attain, that freedom from discord of all kind. And now it's also time for our weekly affirmation. Janice is taking a well-earned day off today, and so I'm getting the opportunity to do all of these parts. So if you'll take a look at the affirmation with me, we're in a new month, so we have some new information. And today's affirmation is, I am an individual creation of life born with passion. Let's say it together again. I am an individual creation of life born with passion. What a wonderful, wonderful concept that we are born with passion. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later as I do my message after our opening music or our special music, not special, our next set of music. Let's put it that way. But for right now, I just want to bring us together in one presence with the divine, similar to what we did at the opening of our session, but a little bit different. So if you'll join me. Just in a moment of peace, you can take a soft focus on the room around you, wherever it may be, and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Whatever you'd like to do that puts you in touch with that infinite loving presence, whatever we may call it. We may call it God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, all that is, or as Dr. Holmes called it, the thing itself, which is one of my favorite terms. I know that that thing itself is moving in through and as each of us. It is that from which we have been created. I know that inseparably we are woven into that divine presence. Never can we be removed, separated from it, ourselves, or each other. We are always one. And in this oneness and unity and harmony, I speak a word of joy and passion and purpose as we come together in our time together today. I speak of high hopes. I speak of feeling good in this life that we live. And I speak a blessing upon folks who are unable to be with us or who are unaware of the beauty of life that is available to them through the mind of God within them. And so I bless each and every one of us as we come together. I bless our wonderful band. And I am so very grateful for this time together as we express love, enjoy ourselves, and become a little bit more expanded in our understanding of who and what we are and our place in this world. And so it's with great, great thanks and joy in my heart that I release this word. I just let it be in the law of mind that always says, yes, my beloveds, yes. And so it is. And now it's time for some more music from our wonderful piano man, Chase Sanborn, Joey Hernandez on the drums, Phil Santolin on the bass, and of course, there's Hope, our wonderful vocalist. So take it away.
All right, we're doing this one together. So let's look at the screen. All right. We're ready. Sinatra style. Next time you're found with your chin on the ground, there's a lot to be learned. Here we go. So look around. Just what makes that little rodent being kill move that rubber tree plant? Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got, there we go. He's got high apple pie in the sky. Anytime you're getting low, instead of letting go, just remember that ant. Here we go. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. Here we go. When troubles call and your back's to the ball, there's a lot to be learned. Oh yeah! Once there was a silly old rat, thought he'd punch a hole in the dam. No one could make that ram scram. He kept betting that down, 'cause he had, there we go, he had high apple pie in the sky. So anytime you're feeling bad, instead of feeling sad, just remember that ram. Here we go. Oops, there goes a billion kilowatt lamp. Oops, there goes a billion kilowatt lamp. Okay, here we go. Problem's just a toy balloon. They'll be bursting soon. They're just bound to go. Hey! Oops, there goes another problem curveball. Everybody! Oops, there goes another problem curveball. Curveball. Very good. All right.
Thank you so much. I could even hear a few of you singing to that besides Hope. So good job. You know, that's the time when we get to come together and have some fun and music as a community. So it's a wonderful thing to be able to sing together. Well, good morning. I'm Reverend Nan, and welcome to our Sunday service in the sanctuary, and to everyone, all of you viewing it on our Facebook and YouTube live stream or on the videos later. And we're already in August. Goodness gracious. And we have a new global theme for the month. Of course, our annual theme is Living Out Loud, and this month our theme is My Passion, My Purpose. As you can guess, we'll be exploring passion and purpose and how they contribute to living out loud and how they relate to a fuller expression of life. So my talk title today is The Treasure Hunt of a Lifetime. Now, purpose can be an odd topic. Many of us are raised to believe that there is a purpose for our lives, a single expression of our talent that is our sole reason for being on the planet. It's kind of a product of that same myth factory that produced the idea that one person can meet all our needs in a relationship, and if we find them, we will live happily ever after. Well, as that old song goes, tain't necessarily so. What is more real is that we discover our purpose as we become aware of, recognize, and create an alignment with our passions in life. And passion has kind of a bad reputation too. It gets confused with romance, anger, and a lot of conflictive, addictive, dangerous, and even harmful behaviors. You know, many of us spend years trying to ignore our passionate nature while others use it as an excuse for bad behaviors. Some of us think we don't even have any, and we just dismiss the whole concept. And since we're going to open to hidden, buried, or unexamined passion, It might be great to have a focal point of what passion really is. So let's just start there. We all have within us a beautiful quality of joy and energy that makes us unique in the world. We were born with it. And as we rediscover our childlike innocent enthusiasm for life, we reveal our God-given passion, just like we stated in our affirmation a few minutes ago. So for the sake of simplicity, let's try substituting that word joy for passion. With that in mind, how many of us were trained to sublimate joy and joyful experiences in our life every time we were told to do the responsible thing in making choices in our lives? You know, there's a popular word in our society called adulting, which captures the idea of always doing the responsible thing and taking care of business. For so many of us, it has often overshadowed that childlike wonder of life. We've been domesticated, as Don Miguel Ruiz calls it. We've been brought into the uniformity of human condition that is dictated by our culture, our families, our educational processes, and eons of collective thoughts and consciousness that promote and reinforce our separation from the one infinite intelligence and energy of all creation. In our philosophy, we teach that we are all unique expressions of the one mind. We're born with qualities that enhance and expand spirit by means of our individual lives. In fact, spirit gets to experience life through us in our individuality. So within each of us is a divine spark waiting to be realized and ignited by our awareness of it. Our awareness reveals within us the conscious knowing that we are connected and inspired by universal consciousness, infinite intelligence, and creative energy. And there, in that connection and consciousness, is the freedom and originality we experienced when we were young. Now, what if we could think back to our early childhood experiences and remember what used to make our hearts sing? What if we spent some time reliving what we wanted to be when we grew up before we were told it was impossible? You know, we have often hidden that away with our attempts to not be silly or ridiculous or waste our lives. Einstein reminded us that imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. And most of us weren't always aware of a divine process of inspiration occurring. We just followed what felt natural and compelling when we were younger. You know, Oprah Winfrey began play acting in front of an audience of farm animals when she was 2. She learned to read early on, and she wrote a letter to her teacher stating that she should skip kindergarten and go right to 1st grade. Well, her request was honored. She was aware of her joy early on and recognized the direction that brought her more joy even to this day. And let's be clear, it's not just child prodigies that come here to create. It's in every one of us. The key is to be in touch with an inner joy or excitement that propels us through our days. You know, little kids are great demonstrators of joy and passion for the newness of life as they live it. They're not self-conscious or worried about what others think of their actions. They pick up bugs and look at them and investigate everything. They try foods that they probably should not, just because they might not be okay. But they don't care. They live with this innate spontaneity and freedom that just rolls through most of their activities. You know, wearing a tutu with a superhero cape, colorful rain boots, and a straw hat is perfect when one is dancing off into a make-believe world of fun and adventure with princes and kings. You know, my nephew, when he was 4, went through a stage where he had to wear his sister's princess gowns and kitty makeup all the time while stomping around in his cowboy boots and wearing his cowboy hat. And he seldom removed either of those, the boots or the cowboy hat. Well, eventually those got traded out for a Dallas Cowboys game shirt and ball cap as he got older. And he did eventually get rid of the makeup and the tutu, the ball gown, but he still had that experience, and there wasn't a boundary there. And I was really happy that he was raised in a way that he could just go ahead and wear those things, and it didn't mean that there was something that was not okay with him. He was encouraged to just be who he was in that moment. all that might just be the key to our joy. And we get suppressed into being so practical that our focus narrows away from living with a sense of adventure. Or we're ashamed, or we're made to feel wrong because we have unrealistic goals. You know, I remember when I was around 10, I lived in the Midwest, and I told my grandma, who I dearly loved, that I wanted us to drive across the country and see everything we could, from the fall leaves in New England to the Pacific Ocean in California and everything in between. Well, she laughed, and she told me that she had been to Arkansas once, and it was just awful there with a lot of bugs and snakes. So I might want to plan to drive around that state. And if I was planning to drive anywhere, I would have to get a good job, make a lot of money, and I probably wouldn't have time to travel at all. So, you know, without meaning to, she kind of made it seem like I could never do any of those things. And yet, she and my grandpa always encouraged me to be everything and do everything that I could possibly. Well, as it turns out, I've seen a lot of this country, including Hawaii, and I've toured the South Pacific a couple of times. So my passion for travel became a purpose for my career choices that afforded me those adventures. If I had let the opinions of my grandma, who had been to Arkansas and who I really, truly, dearly loved, affect me in any way, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gotten there at all. So we live in this world of the ideas of others. I'm just fixing my my message here. My computer just went off, so give me just a moment. I have my notes and they're not there. So in this time where I'm waiting and looking, I can just say that this is another example of passion. You know, I have a passion to find this information, and I'm exerting it right here and now. Our joy keeps us from being expressed when we live in other people's ideas of what's really okay and what's not. Now, as it turns out, paying more attention to the opinion of others can really have a definite wet blanket effect on our creativity. And a far better activity is to trust our intuitive self. That's our connection to the divine spark within. When we recognize that inner joy or passion, it's so important to be acutely aware that in that initial spark, we are absolutely assured that we will have the means to actualize it. By focus and alignment with our desires, a path is revealed, directing us towards our pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And there's an inner roadmap to guide us along the way. We simply need to determine the first step and then allow the next and let everything flow naturally. Following the example of passion-driven, intuitive kids, we learn to trust, to play freely, and to act upon our inner drive. You know, many successful adults have credited their achievements to an activity that they naturally loved as a child. Just by following the next step that recreates a feeling of inner joy, we reveal a powerful tool. The laughter that erupted during simple experiences when we were young will oftentimes attract us to the next action that needs to be taken. Now, Dr. Holmes writes, and this was our quote today from our Science of Mind chat, which I absolutely invite you to attend. You can get there on Zoom, or you can join us in the sanctuary. But this is our quote for the week. Life will be to you what you are to it. Somehow, you must link your will, your thought, your intellect, your imagination, and your feeling with the divine presence, which is already there. And that's from this thing called You on page 25. You know, one of our greatest spiritual practices for tapping into our innate joy and divine inner spark is mindful listening. Malika Chopra, a noted author and meditation teacher, who also happens to be the daughter of Deepak Chopra, offers this simple 3-step practice that I really like. She writes, the practice that builds upon mindful listening is tapping into your own inner wisdom. This practice consists of asking 3 questions. Now, the first question is, what will make me feel connected today? Answering this question allows you to look for an opportunity during the day to practice mindful listening. The second question is, what will make me feel healthy today? This question leads to the practice of self-compassion. And the final question is, what will give me a sense of purpose today? It calls us to ask what we can do to serve others, to bring ourselves and others joy and make light. And I think that opening song that Hope sang was such a perfect example of that. To be able to find the joy in our day, to live and make our peaceful world our own, to live with love. You know, I like mindful listening. It's a great reminder of our perspective and how we are viewing life. We can choose joy. We can choose love. We can choose to live with the passion of the divine spark within us, ever guiding and directing our greater expression of livingness. And we can do so regardless of and without our judgment of the relative value of our activities. Now, I really like this little story about 3 brick masons who were working together on a project. And when they were asked what they were building, the first answered gruffly, "Oh, I'm laying bricks." And the second mason replied, "I'm building a wall." But the third mason looked up and proudly said, "I'm building a cathedral." I invite each of us this week to consider if we're just laying bricks in our lives, if we're building a wall, whether it's to keep people out or to keep people in, or whether we're building a cathedral of joy, laughter, and love. We might consider that as we touch into what brings us joy. So I'd like to close with this thought from Dr. Holmes as a reminder of everything we reviewed today about passion and purpose. If we feel then that we are simple onlookers and not participants in the game of life, we should rediscover the youthful spirit of that childlike joy, which gives us the energy, happiness, security, and faith we had as children. Life is not just something to be endured, it is to be lived in joy, in a fullness without limit. Let's go about our days this week and rediscover the youthful spirit of that childlike joy that Dr. Holmes mentioned. Let's express our passions and live in joy by living in the fullness of love without limit. Because, as I always say, love prevails, and so it is. And so now I'm going to have this next song be the prayer after my message, because I want you to remember that it's all about feeling good. So I'm going to turn this over to the band and have Hope sing that wonderful song for us. And that is my prayer for each of you today, that you are feeling good.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Said it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know tree. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Ooh, one more time, come on. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleeping please when the day is done, that's what I mean. It's a new world, it's a new world and a bold world for me, and I'm feeling good. I say stars when you shine, you know how I feel. The scent of pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. No, 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 no. Woo-ba-doo-doo-woo-woo-woo. Hey, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Said I'm feeling good. Yes, I'm feeling good. And I'm said freedom is mine. You know how I feel, and I'm feeling good.
That was so good. Now, if you aren't feeling good after that, I'm not exactly sure what to tell you, because that was just fabulous. So take that with you. That was as good of any prayer as I could have done today, my dear. Thank you, Hope, for that rendition, and for our fellas in the band. Superb. Thank you. And now it's time for our conscious giving affirmation. Yes, one more time for them. I'm going to say one more time for a round for the band. So our conscious giving affirmation today, we're going to be doing that now. And so as we bring that up, we can look at it and say it together with great gratitude. I passionately share my prosperity with joy. Now, you think you can do passionately sharing? I think so. It's in our nature, you know? Let's say it again. With great gratitude, I passionately share my prosperity with joy. And if the ushers would like to collect those gifts now that they've been blessed with that energy of passion and prosperity, you know, you can give your gifts online by donating on our website, www.cslvisalia.org, and going to the donate button. You can mail in any donation that you'd like to give to our address, CSL Visalia, 117 South Locust Street, Visalia, California, 93291. And I just want to say that these gifts continue to keep our center going. These gifts continue to keep us thriving and have everything happen that's happening here. You know, we've had such wonderful experiences this summer. We had Juneteenth. We're having the Hot August Nights. We have some other great events. We have our mascot, our puppy contest, the baby contest going on. We've got so many things happening that are so wonderful. So I just would like to bless these gifts. And as we receive them, I bless them. I know I give thanks for the generosity of spirit that moves through each and every life that gave today. I know that that which a giver gives comes back 100-fold to each of you. I'm so grateful for the abundance and prosperity that flows through this congregation, through this center, and I give thanks. I bless these gifts because they do great work in our center. They do great work in our community and great work in our world. And with a grateful heart, I say, and so it is. And now it's time for this circling up and a peace song. I believe we've got that going on next. And you will see on the sign, you'll be able to see on the TV the words, and the words will also be on the screen here of the video for you all to be able to sing along with the peace song. So when everybody gets gathered up down there. Of course, we have all of the pups there today too, you know. They're all lined up, happy little fellas and girls. Hey. Take it away.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. As we begins with you, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. All right.
All righty. So now is our favorite time. We get to do our benediction. So if you will join me, you can say after me, something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. And it's in the body of my affairs. I think it. And I feel it. And oh, how I love it. just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. And together we can say, thank you, life. And I will see you next week. Stick around for the dedication for the library. Have a good week.